Hello and welcome to tonight's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where sometimes on Saturdays we like to dabble in the world of non-sudoku puzzles. And someone who has been consistently making incredible puzzles in this sort of series has been Shintaro Fushida-Hardy, who actually first came to my attention with a Sudoku, ironically enough. But we featured many of Shintaro's sort of hybrid puzzles, and this is one of those. It's called Zombie, and it is a combination of Yin-Yang and Araf. And we've had a couple of recommendations to try this, but they've been so fulsome. I mean, normally we get a lot of recommendations for many of the puzzles we feature. Sometimes it could be 20 or something like that. But the two emails we've had about this have been so fulsome that I think I need to have a go at it. I found it on Logic Masters and I snipped the comments. And you can see I can never say this person's name, but I can see why this is so highly rated. The interaction logic, the global yin-yang and the section-specific yin-yang is really inspired. Great puzzle, thank you. Super fun puzzle from Itrio, who's a great judge and a great setter. Agent, who's an amazing setter, says awesome puzzle. Jesper, who's an incredible brain, says very cool hybrid, and Niverio says absolutely gorgeous puzzle. So this is, I think, going to be spectacularly good. But I did read the rules before I turned on the webcam. I will say, yeah, I want to read them again to see if I can understand them, because at first run through I have not understood them. But I have got a sort of example grid here. So it's too big, isn't it? Let's try and shrink it a little bit. There we go. So hopefully that will help us to understand what's going on. Now, what else can I tell you about? Not much today, actually. So if you do enjoy the channel, please do consider subscribing. Please even drop a like, a kind comment. We especially like those. And if you really like our content, then over on Patreon we have our puzzle club there, where there's all sorts of extra content going up all the time. So, for example, some of my longer solves, Mark's connection videos, crossword videos, and I mean the main thing every month is our monthly competition, which is Sudoku Hunt, obviously. And yeah, have a look at that. It's incredibly good stuff, and it's just a couple of bucks a month if you might be interested. But with that said and done, why don't we have a look at Zombie and see what Shintaro has in store for us. The rules are as follows. We've got Yin-Yang, which says shade some cells so that all shaded cells are orthogonally connected, all unshaded cells are orthogonally connected, and no 2x2 is entirely shaded or unshaded. So am I going to lose my example if I click off this? Let's go back here and I'll show you an example of a yin-yang shading. This is actually, how big is this? Is grid not square? Oh, I bet it isn't square. I bet that's why. Oh, it's not square. I was going to say, I bet that's why the window that I've drawn seems a strange shape. There we go. So that is a possible yin-yang shading. So normally this comes out as an E or a sort of comb. Oh, see, this cell's ambiguous in this as well. Anyway, you can see if we click on the purples, you can flow through the entire sort of pattern of purples by moving along cells that share an edge with one another. And similarly for green, every green is connected to the rest of the greens by other greens that share an edge. And you won't find any 2x2 in this grid, which is entirely one colour. So this is a valid yin-yang shading, and that's something we're going to have to achieve. Now, next rule, it says, divide the grid, it's Araf, which I think I have done Araf before, but not for years, and I can't remember how the rule works. Araf, divide the grid into orthogonally connected regions each containing exactly 2 number clues. The number of cells in each region is strictly between its 2 number clues. So if we joined those together, that it wouldn't be right yet, because this region that we're building has to be between 12 and 15 large. So we can make it bigger until we get to, say, 13. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, still not big enough. There. I think that is how Araf works. We could make a 13 region. And I was going to say, I don't know whether you can have a 2 by 2 in an Araf region. You might be able to, subject to the yin-yang rules. Not sure. So let's carry on reading the rules. It says interactions. Each Araf region is itself a valid yin-yang. In other words, all shaded cells within a region are orthogonally connected, and all unshaded cells within a region are orthogonally connected. So within the Araf shape that we're going to draw, can I go back to the one I just drew? Right. So let's say this was the Araf shape, connecting the 12 to the 15. Then we could do that, I think. But what we couldn't do is that, because within this particular Araf shape, I haven't connected the purples in one continuous string. You can't flow from this purple to these purples along cells that are entirely purple. It doesn't work. So I think that this wouldn't be right, but we could correct it by doing that. In each Araf region, one clue is shaded and one clue is unshaded. So I've messed this up, haven't I? I've really messed it up. So one of those would need to be purple, and then that purple would have to connect to this purple. So actually, with the shape I've drawn, I think only one of these could be purple. That's all that you could do. Oh no, you could do that one as well. But if you made that purple, the green here wouldn't connect to the rest of the green. So I think that's a valid possibility. One of the clues in an Araf region gives the exact count of shaded cells in its region. This clue may be shaded or unshaded. So one of these clues, 12 or 15, has to count whatever the colour is that we're saying is shaded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this, I tell you what I could do. I could do that, and that would be correct. If green was my shaded colour, the 12 would represent the count of the shaded cells. So I've still somehow... Oh, and then there's something about the answer check, which I'm not even going to read. If I get to the point of being able to do the answer check, that's going to be tremendous. Now, what we should do is revisit these rules with an example in front of us to see if we can understand what is going on. So at high level in this example, you can see all the greys are connected. There's no 2 by 2, so that all looks sensible. I can see a 1 is in the same group as an 11 there, and that region is actually of size 6 overall. Oh, and the 1 must be so the shaded are the grey, and that 1 is counting how many shaded cells there are in its Araf region. Yeah, okay. I mean, I think the 3 is connected to the 9. The 3 is itself unshaded, but there are 3 shadeds in its Araf region. So, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there are 8 cells in that region. So that the Araf region is of a size between 3 and 9. Now, I think I understand, actually. So saying, I will now not be able to do the puzzle, but I do think I sort of understand the rules. Anyway, I don't know why it's called zombie. Do have a go. Maybe we're going to get a zombie picture at the end of it. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now, I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now, I mean, the only thing I can immediately see here is that Actually, I can see more than that. I was going to say the ones all have to be in different Araf regions, don't they? That must be true. So let's go to the pen tool and sort of draw that in. Now, actually, I think I can do the same for the 15, 16. If these were in the same region, the 15 and the 16, the size of that region would have to be between 15 and 16, and there are no integers available. So I think we can do a few little pencil or a few little delineations. The 99s, that must be there for comedy, isn't it? How big is this grid? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 13 across. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 13 by 12. So what have we got there then? 156 is the size of the grid. So it's very unlikely these 99s are coming into play as an absolute number. I haven't got a clue what to do. I'm sorry. I said I understood the rules, but I obviously don't really, because I don't know what to do now. Each Araf region is itself a valid yin-yang. I mean, that would be great if I knew if I could draw any Araf region. Oh, one clue is shaded and one clue is unshaded. That is a rule. So if I join that 1, let's just say I join that 1 to a 12 somehow. Let's just draw that in. That's a region. What are we saying there? We're saying one of these clues right, I see. So the small number always counts the shaded. That right. Sorry. That I said I understood the rules. I obviously didn't, because there's something very obvious that I hadn't understood. Right. Okay. So remember the rules of Araf. When I create a region, the size of the region is between the sort of two clues. So here I've got 1 and 12. So the size of this region is not as much as 12. It's something lower. Don't know what, but in my example, it's 8. Now, how could the 12 then be giving the count of the shaded cells? It can't, because it would be saying there's 12 shaded cells in this group of 8. That's impossible. It's always impossible, because the size of the region will always be left lower than the upper cap. So 1, yeah, I mean here it's 1, but whichever is the lowest number in the Araf region is going to count the shaded cells in that region. So for all of these, there is the regions we're creating that incorporate these cells. There's only one shaded cell in all of them. And that's something I could have got immediately, but I didn't understand the rules. One of the clues... Yeah, okay, that's fine. Oh, one of the clues... hang on. There's another point here. Right, let's just go back to this again. One of the clues is shaded and one of them is unshaded. So in this one, the middle would be entirely unshaded, because one of these has to be shaded and one is unshaded. So one of these clues is going to be the one shaded cell in the region. So the middle is always unshaded. I'm not sure if that really takes us forward, but that is true as well. It's so often the case, by the way, that in these puzzles where they're sort of hybrid and you've never seen them before, understanding the rules is a lot of the hurdle. It's a lot of the... you know, a lot of the thing that you have to demand your brain does. If you want to solve puzzles like this, you have to force your brain, and your brain will resist, as my brain does. My brain resists and says, I don't want to learn. No, I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy. I'm going to just go. I'm quite happy doing that. That is not acceptable to me, and I have to tell my brain, no. Bad brain, naughty brain, I'm going to force you to think about this, and you're going to have to work it out. And my brain gets cross, but in the end, you can make your brain do it. Right. Okay. So now we've learned some things, but they aren't actually getting me anywhere, are they? It must be to do with the yin-yang, mustn't it? It's going to be to do with the fact. It's going to be something like that's got to get out and not create a 2x2. So that has to connect to a number that's bigger than it. And there are no such numbers here. So this number is either going to go that. Oh, my phone's buzzing. That's okay. Oh, I forgot about that. I've probably got about 40 minutes to solve this, and then I might have to just briefly go away because I've got to go to a meeting. I forgot about it, but my watch has reminded me. Anyway, let's see how we get on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it doesn't join that, but it could join the 9. Although if it joined the 99, presumably it would trap that in. Oh no, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't have to. It could go all around the houses, couldn't it? If it did that, it would have to leave behind an even number of numbers inside it. In fact, it couldn't do that. There would be too many 12s. Oh yeah, but it could probably. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it could join up to the 99 somehow. But if it did join up to the 99, only one of the cells. I don't know. I feel like that's impossible actually. But I could be wrong. I'm just going to draw a nonsensical pattern into the grid. I just want to think about it for a second. So what I now know is that one of these, I know that the whole... Yeah, this is wrong, actually. That is interesting. Maybe this is the cell that we start with. Because the reason I think this is wrong is what I established before, is that the central section of any region that I join, I create using this one. The central section of it is entirely unshaded. And that's going to create a wall, isn't it? There is no way to not create a wall, because even if I hadn't sort of careered into the edge in this cavalier way, even if I'd sort of gone, hang on, even if I'd gone like this, and I've still got to connect to the 99 there or there. And can you see why this is a problem? You know, once I make this interior stretch entirely one colour, let's make it purple. There must be some green in here, otherwise I've got loads of 2x2s of purple. But now I've got a wall of purple through which that green couldn't flow anyway to connect to whichever one of these is shaded. Okay. So what we're actually learning here is what then? Does this have to go to something that's in the middle of the puzzle? Otherwise there's going to be an issue. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I've got this has got to get out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's also very suspicious. Right. I presume it's not going to change if I go this way. No, it's worse. No, it's the same. Right. So whether I go this way or this way, this one can't go to this sort of stacking staircase of 12. Because it is 12 by the time it gets there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if it went for that one, it would still be 12. So can it get to the 15? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's suspicious as well. It can't get to the 15. It's because it would be of size 15. It can't get to the 16 because that would be 16, 17, 15, 16, 17, 8. Oh, this is, 20 is going to be... Oh, I see. So it has to... I didn't think it could go to that. This is the only one it can go to, I think. Oh, no, I see. Oh, this is very clever. Ooh, right. Okay, it can go... Okay, so my problem with it going to a 99 was... Well, actually, there's a few problems. But one of the issues was, if I run it to the 99, the internal strand is all one colour. And that's creating a wall. And on the interior of the wall, even if I'd surrounded 2 numbers, one of those numbers would not have been the green colour, and that couldn't have got out to connect to whichever one of these is going to be that other colour as well. And there's going to be lots of them, because in every Araf region there are 2 numbers which each have a different colour. So you can see now that the trapped colour inside this boundary can never get out. It can never go through the wall of green. Now, that is actually different, isn't it? If I go to there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoa, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Actually, it's not even... It's quite easy to get to there. But the point is, if I do get to there, let's just draw it in. Let's just draw it in. So let's say that was the shape, and we know the interior is entirely unshaded, because the 1 is saying there's one shaded cell, and the one shaded cell is one of these 2 cells. So it couldn't do this, actually, because this would be broken. Because, again, we know that there's something green in here. And to get that green out, we're going to have to go through a bridge formed by the 18. It can't be formed by this, because you can't get to this. I don't think you can anyway. Let me just try it going the other way. Yeah, that's worse. I mean, you can see that the moment you run into the... Yeah, okay, so the way to explain this is that the moment this moves, here or here, it's hit the wall, and the boundary starts running there. And therefore, there's going to be a contiguous boundary of purple from here or here until you get to this. So if I was to come into this cell, that would be a total boundary. And whichever of these was green could never connect to the greens on the other side of the grid. So the global yin-yang fails. So one of these... So the only way of providing a wall, or providing a way of the green in that's one of those escaping is through this cell. You can't get out through this cell. It's impossible because it goes straight into a wall. That creates a wall through which this can't get out, and that creates a wall through which this can't get out. So I've done two things. I'm going to say that this is definitely shaded. It is the shaded cell that this one points to or identifies. The rest of this region that's joining this to this is entirely purple. Now, can I actually go over the top 5? Because this will have to get out. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. No. You can't go over the top. You run out of room. You'd create an 18 size region. So we have to come down there. We know all of this is purple. This is now green. Not for any other reason than it's yin-yang. That can't be all purple. So that's green, and it's the only green in its region. So as it grows, and it must grow because it's got to reach a number, that's got to be purple. Oh, hang on. This is getting confusing now, because now this one, oh yeah, can you see what's going to happen here? This one is coming down that column. This one's coming out here. We're going to have to keep these apart. Oh, what I should do is that, actually. Yeah, so this one has to keep going. So it's going to go there. And now this one has to be green. But it can't be green in this region because that's had its one green. So that's got to turn. I'm making a bit of a mess of this, but now we've got to do that. And the original region has to keep going. This is not part of either the original region or this region, so that one can be sort of delineated. This one is obviously not part of the region that's sort of now bounding its southern side. Oh, look, that green is isolated. It's got to get out, so it's got to go there. But this is brilliant. This is brilliant. Now that is the only green cell in its Araf region. So when it gets out, and it's going out into a purple. And something up there is green. Because if both of those were purple. Oh, no, this is it. This is it. Right. I've not even talked about this. We need to talk about yin-yang tricks. There are secrets of yin-yang that I have not availed myself of, and I should. Right. You can't have a checkerboard in a yin-yang. Because if you do, when we connect the purples up together orthogonally, we will mire this green in a little puddle of green that it can't get out of. And that's no good. Now what that means is in the perimeter of a yin-yang, we can't have too many changes of colour. So for example, let's make that purple, that green, that purple. Now if we try and make another green section now, it's broken. Because this green has to connect to this green, and however we achieve that connection, this purple can't get out. So what that means is that in the perimeter of a yin-yang, you can have one change of colour. So you can have one stretch of pink or purple, one stretch of green, and that's it. Now, one of those is green, otherwise we've got a purple 2x2. And whichever one it is, it has to connect round the perimeter to that green. Because if it didn't, in fact, that has to be green, doesn't it? Because if that was purple, that's got no possible fill. So that is green. And now imagine we made that purple. Well, by connecting this purple to this purple, that green can never connect to this green. So all of the perimeter is now purple, right round to here. These two are purple, sorry, green. All of those are green. These are purple to avoid 2x2s. This, oh look, there's loads going on. There's a checkerboard there. That's got to be purple. This green has to get out. Now this one, oh, this is horrible. I think I might have broken it actually. It's getting too cluttered now. Because this cell is the only green cell in its Araf region. Oh, no, it's, okay, no, it survives, doesn't it? Because it's going to come out here into, therefore, a purple. And that's okay. Right, so let's just think this through. These have to be kept apart. This region never gets another green anywhere. So it's got to go again and get another purple here. Therefore this is green, otherwise that's a 2x2. This region has to get to a number somehow. So it goes down. Now it needs to not be in the same region as this. So this now goes down. This is absolutely mad. Now this square is purple. That's got to be green to avoid a 2x2. This is ridiculous. Now that's got to be purple because that region has to get to a number before. Oh, that's got to be green. That's got to be. I was going to say that's got to be purple. Is that true? It is true. Yeah, this region here that's growing can never hit green again, and it must continue to be purple until it gets to a number. So in fact we can do much more. Those have both got to be purple. And this region, so this has got to be kept apart. So there's some region here, look, that's got two greens in it. This region has to continue until it gets to a number. So that's purple. This green here has to get out. That's going to push our original region further down. It's got to keep going and never hit green. And this never hits green. So there's another green region here. No, I'm not having you install a new graphics driver while I'm in the middle of a video. Those have got to be delineated. Now, oh, I've got something. Right, I've got something. This is joining to this. And it's going to do it somehow like that. So these are two different, these are joining together, but one of them must be green. Now if it was green here on top of purple, the perimeter would change colour too often. So that's got to be green. That's got to be purple. Oh, I was suddenly worried. I thought that was saying I've got to put 99 shaded cells into this, but I don't. It's the lower one, always the lower one. So I've got to put 10. When I join these together in their region, I've got to put 10 green cells in the region. But now the perimeter can continue. All of those have got to be green. This perimeter must continue because all of those have got to be purple because we've got to have contiguous strings. And we worked out before, yeah, this has now got to go up because we know that the only instance of green in the region that's joining this 1 to this 18 is the 18 itself. So there is a new sort of delineation there. Okay, and therefore these 4, which must be part of the region here, because that's the only region that sort of, you know, when we join these up together, there's going to be one region hidden in here, and it's this region. So it's got to be at least 11 large, and it's got to have 10 shadeds in it, and there are 4 of them. Now, okay, then another thing we've got going on is that these up to there are all one region. So there are 7 there. So it could join to the 10, or it could turn and say join to a 12, providing the 12 then joined to a bigger number, such that there were meant to be 12 shadeds or 12 greens in its region. Right. So where does the pressure seem to be now? I have a feeling I can extend one of these somehow. Not seeing quite how to do that though. And how many degrees of freedom were there for this to join this? I think there were a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Actually 1 degree of freedom. This is either it goes extremely efficiently, or it can take 1 rinky-dink. So it could do, well, it's got to be careful actually not to create 2x2s as well. I mean, it could do that, for example, I think. So that is quite it. Oh no, that's fine. What I was going to say is that the maximum amount of space that this clue and this clue can provide to the region that lives in the bottom left of the grid is, I think, so let's try and maximize. Can you do that is a question, because that would be better than I just thought about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. No, you can't. So you can't. Right. So the maximum space that you can provide is that. Yeah. So, okay. So assume if we did provide the maximum space, I'm just going to fill that in like that. Because we could provide less space by this just driving down here and going in here, but that's going to make this very hard to fill, I think. If we provide the maximum space, you can see that we've got that area there. 15 cells, so like a 4x4 with the edge snipped off it. And into these 15 cells, we have to put 10 greens without creating 2x2s. Yeah, okay. Okay. And actually, I've made these indigo, but they wouldn't be indigo. They would be pink, wouldn't they? Because of the nature of this region. So if we provide this with the maximum space, or provide this with the maximum space, then that would be green, and that would be green, and that would be green to avoid a checkerboard. That's green to avoid a 2x2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've still got three more greens to put in. Actually, that's green as well on this hypothesis, because that's a 2x2. Right, that's right. So that would have to be purple. It's not easy to do this. It's still not easy to do it. I've got to connect this sort of S tetramino to here. with one of these being green only. Can't make both of those green. So 4, 8, 9 and one of these. Yes, okay, so that's it. That's it. It's forced. I'm not saying I know the shape, but we have to. We can't do. I can't possibly put more than 10 greens in this area, because one of these is going to be green, and one of these must be green. Otherwise, if these were both purple, they can't be both purple or both green. So this is one of each, and that needs to be one of each, and that just allows me to get to 10 greens. So if I'd snipped more of it off, there's no way I could have got to 10 greens. Right. So what we're now saying is that this region does go like that, but that's only 16 cells of this. So it could have one more. Oh, I'm wrong. Oh, bother. I am wrong. Okay, what I've now seen is that this could take a purple there. And that still allows me to put 10 greens in here, because this would be green, and that would be green, that would be purple. And then I would have fitted my 10 greens into that shape. And the alternative... the alternative is that if this doesn't encroach here, so let's say that this boundary is respected, then this cell, I'm going to say, has to be green then. Because if this was purple, that would be green, and this purple, which is part of this region, is not contiguous with that purple. So the yin-yang rule within that region would not be obeyed. Oh yeah, but that's no help. So that's really terrible then. So I don't know what this is in terms of its colour, and I don't know what region it's part of. But okay, but is it legitimate? Was it legitimate to, if this had not taken this sort of wide turn here to provide this with the space, is there any conceivable way that we could have got 10? There's just no way. I mean, I'm sort of doing that by assertion, but it's very, very difficult to get 10 greens into this area. You know, if I'd taken this down here and then taken it across, you can see that would be 10 in a region of size 12. It's impossible to do that without creating problems. There is no way. This cell is definitely not. Yeah, that cell is definitely not in this region. So that would have to continue. And that's going to always make this green. So that's always part of the 9910 region. And then that has to keep going. And then so it could have dropped down here. No, it couldn't have done. That would not have worked. Yeah, I'm absolutely convinced. I don't think I know whether this cell is purple and part of this region, but I am asserting that there was no way that this didn't take the widest berth it possibly could in order to allow this region in here to have the opportunity to get 10 green cells in it. Right, so that's purple. Oh, sorry, purple? Green. That's definitely green. And that's not part of that region. Oh. Now this one. That's got to connect to its friends. So it's got to go. We can't have a checkerboard, so it's actually got to connect. I don't know whether that means it's part of this 12 or not. It probably is in some way I don't quite understand. This has to keep going until it hits a number, and it has to stay purple to do that. This green has to get out, so this purple has to get out. So this purple is going to run into a 12 clue, and this region has to get to a number, and that green... this is just keeping on going, isn't it? This green has to get out, this purple has to get out. This purple hasn't got out yet, so it's going to run into a 12. That's going to be forced out. That's going to be forced out. And now we can delineate all of this stuff, make sure that it doesn't bash into its friends. Yeah, that's true. That's totally true. Everything I've done there is true. Right, now here's a little point. This region that's running down here can't bump into that 12 because there'd be two 12s in the Araf region. So this 12, well, it's got to keep. Well, hang on. How could this run of shaded cells be less than 12? That would imply that the region that this is a part of hits a digit that is below 12. There's only one of those digits here, which is 5, and this is already bigger than 5. So this is a 12-sized green region, so we can keep it going. That's now purple, which means it's probably that region. Okay, it's all getting a bit cluttered now, but we can do this down here. That's true. How long have I got? I've got 9 minutes before. There's no way I'm going to finish this in 9 minutes. Yeah, okay, that top thing has to bump into this 10 now, because it can't go anywhere else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Okay, so that 10 finishes there, in the sense that it's got its 10 green cells. So sort of 10 green bottles in the 10 region. The 10 region needs to hit another number. Yeah, and it can't hit that number. That number goes with that number. So this 10 has to come out here into a purple. And it has to continue until it hits a number. And it's got to be not the same region as this one, which is coming out here. Oh, oopsie. Let's keep drawing these sort of tendrils that are emanating from the middle. Yeah, so this tendril now has to keep going. It hasn't got to a number, this region here, so that's green to avoid a 2 by 2. This 10 can't enter there because there would be 2 green stretches in it, so it's going to turn, and it has to keep going until it gets to a number in purple. So this green has to get out. This purple hasn't hit a number yet, so it goes. This green is not the same region as this, so it's going to run into there. Well, it's going to run into it. I'm not sure of its colour, though, because there's 5 greens there, and imagine that it somehow hit that region. I don't know if that's possible. I think it would be too big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it would be too big, actually. So this is a bit like that one. This is at least a 12 stretch of green. So now this one gets pushed down here. This one gets pushed down here. And all of our tendrils extend. And this green has to keep growing. This purple, does that have to keep growing, or could that stop now? Because that's sort of done its duty. It's of a size it's not yet reached 11, but it doesn't have to. It's just got to be bigger than 1 and lower than 12. And it's got to have 1 shaded, which it does. Ah, that's annoying. So we might not be able to do that. But I can draw in all of that legitimately. This green has to get out, just for no other reason that it's got to connect with the rest of the green. This purple has to get out. So we've got huge tendrils. Look. The original 10 has to hit a region. And now it's going to hit the 17. It cannot avoid it. It's sort of on a path that prevents it going any other way. So it can't have any more green in it. Now, how big is it? It was 10 to there, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It can't go any further because it would be bigger than 17. So it is defined entirely in that format. Okay, so we can remove its tendril. So the corner digit now is part of this region and is purple. It's got to be purple because we've only got 1 green. It's that one. Right, and now maybe that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. This is fixed as well. Oh, this is so lovely. It's so lovely. Right, so now now I do know, I think, what colour this is. If that was purple, this would be green, and that purple, which is now part of this region, is not next to its friends. So that's green. Avoid a 2 by 2. Avoid a checkerboard. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now that's green to get to 10, and that's that. There is no way that is not correct because it's so absolutely forced. Now, that is not of size 12, so that's got to go out, and I've got to build a new tendril. I think that's got to run into the 15. I don't know where else it could go. So that, unfortunately, means it might end there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It either ends or it continues. It has both options. How are we doing for time? I've got to finish it in 2 minutes now. That is very, unfortunately, impossible, I would suggest. Now that has to be... Well, even if this was part of that region, there would still have to be 5 contiguous greens, wouldn't there? So I think both of those have to be green. Okay. This is where it gets tricky. Maybe this is a good point to pause because I do have to go to this meeting. And let's just find one more deduction, but we won't, if we can find it, we won't use it. And then I can come back to it without being at a total impasse. How big's that region? Does that have to grow? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, it doesn't. This does. I've got this 99 region as well. That's horrible. Hang on, all of the ones that are green. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to do anything with this, but those 5 green or cells that are in green have never found their purple friend yet. So I think all these are purple. I think that's where I'm going to start when I come back. So apologies, but I have to rush, but I will be back later. Right, sorry, what has been a couple of hours for me has hopefully just been a mere scintilla of time for you. I am now back. I have a cup of tea, a cup of tea in my Cracking the Cryptic mug. So forgive me, I didn't rush straight upstairs to continue the video, but almost straight upstairs. Now, what were we doing? Okay, so it seems like I was on this cell for some reason. Oh yes, now, what I think I had intended to do now, had I concluded that all of these were purple, that is what I thought I was going to resume with, wasn't it? So, yeah, and the way that looks like, that must be right. I've got 5 green areas that don't have any purple in them. So all of those are going to join up with numbers. So these are all purple. Now, I don't know. I was going to say that one's got to come north, but no, it might not, might it? Oh, 20s are all, well, 20s are all large except in the context of the 99. So if the 99 joins up with a 20, it would only have to be a 20, it would only have to have 20 greens. But 20 is bigger than 3. Well, we've got 3 12s and a 16. Okay. Which region joins to this? That must... Is it that one? Or could it be that one? Because whichever one it is, 5 is the lowest number left in the puzzle. So 5 is going to define the size of the green area in the Araf region that it's part of. So if... it's actually a bit complicated, isn't it? I was going to say, obviously, this must have more green cells in it, because otherwise I was going to say both of those would be purple and that would cut this region off. But I mean, could this one if that was green, for example, and that was purple and that got out that way, then the green wouldn't be trapped by the idea that the 5 and this 12 are joining together. Okay, so but if this purple, if that comes there and that's purple, then that green does have to get out, irrespective of what this joins to, just from simple yin-yang rules. So that would have to go there. Okay, well that doesn't work. Right. So what I'm saying is... Okay, no, this is useful. This is useful. So what I'm saying is this region doesn't go there. Definitely not. Now, the reason I'm saying that is if it did, what I can see happening now is this green region has to escape. So it's going to have to go to here, isn't it? That has to be green. And in making this green, this region extend and have an extra green cell, that is 6 green cells in that region, so it can't join the 5. And that means that this is going to have 12 green cells in it. Now, how's it going to grow? It's going to have to go downwards, but this one can't be the 5 either, because that's already got loads of green cells in it, so that would be a green cell, and all of those would be green, and that won't work. So this square, well, what it means is that this ends. It means that this we don't know about yet, but it means this ends. So actually, I'm not certain that's going to add much to the knowledge of man. That's a 9 size region. Is it the same? Because what I'm worried about is if that's purple but is part of this region, is that somehow possible? And then that comes to connect down here? It feels difficult, but I'm not sure it's impossible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this region doesn't join the 5 because it's already got far too many greens in it. But I think it could perhaps join this. I suspect this 20 joins to the 99. I don't know actually. I'm not sure. See, if we knew whether if that goes another cell, that would be green. That would be green. That would be green to avoid a checkerboard. I think that would have to be the 5 then. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, what we can say is there's no way that that can be purple if it's not part of this region, because that's just the same as we just looked at. But if this is purple and it's not part of this region, this 2 by 2 is entirely green, because this would have to extend. And now this can't join the 5, so it has to go down there, and this has to extend and has to go there, and all of those are green. So if this is purple, it is definitely part of this. And then this has to join here. It has to. And it has to join it quite quick. Ah, is it too long? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's so clever. That's it. Right. Okay, I hadn't seen this. But actually this can't join that. It would be too big. Even if it makes a desperate dart for it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And it can't be 12 because it would have to be between 12 and 5. So actually this is big. This just can't be purple full stop now, because we're going to run into the 2 by 2 of green. That is green. Avoid a checkerboard here. That's green. I don't know yet whether all of, how these greens are disposed between these things. But the fact that this can't join that means the only region that does join that is this one. So this one, when it extends, it's purple. It's had all of its green because it's going to join this. Now, what does that mean? It's really not easy to see. At least not for me. If that's green, then obviously that's purple. Oh, this must be green. Yeah, that's obvious. Right, sorry, that's a very straightforward deduction. Look at this. 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's still got loads of greens to come. Now, if it took this one, that's fine. But if it did take this one, it can't take that one, because that would create a 2 by 2. So it's always taking this one. That is definitely the case. Now, I mean, at least one of these is purple now. I'm tempted to say it's got to join to this, otherwise it's... I don't really see how it could possibly... Well... Yeah, I'm pretty confident that's true, but let me just think about whether there's a different way to see this. We know that this one's going down here. It probably is joining to the 18. I'm not certain about that, it just feels likely. One, two, three, four, 5. Yeah, I mean, we know this one has 12 greens in it. So it's if it took that one, it has to take that one. So it's definitely taking this one. And if it took that one, it couldn't take the one below it, because that would be a 2 by 2. So it must take that one. So this one has to go downwards. And that looks interesting, because now this has to be purple, which I'm pretty surprised by, actually. I'm actually very surprised by that. That almost looks like I've made an error. I mean... I mean, that purple has to belong to some region, but it can't... This 12 is very much incomplete now. I mean, how does this 12 get to 12 greens? It's going to have to take that. And in doing that, that's become purple. That purple has to connect to all its purple friends, so that's purple. And now... Yeah. Oh, a big bee has just flown in. That is an enormous bee. Go on, fly out again. It's quite near. Go on. You only have to go about half a foot downwards. Oh dear. I like bees, and that's... go on, you silly bee. Sorry, but anyway, this is part of this region, the region above it. Because whatever this joins, let's say it joins the 18, there's got to be a contiguous string of purple within the region, so it couldn't include this. So I think it has flown out. So those are all in that region. Let's just check that hasn't become too big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, that's fine. Right, and this 12 region is growing. Ah! Oh, avoid a checkerboard here. That's got to be green. Right, so it's something to do with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But it could come down here next, couldn't it? And this has got 9, possibly 10. Oh, and this has to grow, because it's still not got 12. Oh, right. If this 12 went there, look what that does to this 12. It would have to go there, and it would have to go there, and I think both of these would be green. Let me just double check the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's wrong. Right. So this has to stop. It has to stop there, but then it has to continue there. So that's got to be green. Now this purple, oh, this is looking dodgy, isn't it? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's got to be purple. So it's got to go again. This purple has to connect to its friends, so that's got to be purple. This green has to get to size 12. 10. Okay, so it gets to 12 by taking all of those, and then it can't go any further within green. Oh, that's big. Or is it? Well, it's probably big. This purple has to connect to the rest of purple, so it goes through here. So now this region, which has got 12 greens in it, has to get to a purple number. So it has... Well, could it get to the 18? Maybe it could. Well, although, because it has to run along these cells, doesn't it? It has to run along there. These must also be in its region, because otherwise they'd be stranded, not connected to a number, so not in a yin-yang. Now, so we've got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So the 18 is too big. So it's going to connect here. Right, I see. So now I have to grow this region. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's a region. Well, the 18 isn't going into the 5 anymore, is it? Because those are definitely the same colour. So this is a region. It's probably part of this 12, but I'm not certain. It's still incredibly constrained, this. Yeah, okay, so how many of this one have we had? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. Well, I can't take those 2. So I must take that one. But that's really weird. So I must take that one. And now this is purple. So this 12 region is doing that. And then this 15 region must take that one. Otherwise, again, we get this weird isolation happening. Oh, but I thought the 16 had to get the 5. Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. So what we can do is this 12 is going to get the 18. Yes, that's interesting. So it's going to do that. And then the 16 here, it needs to get the 5, so it's got to come down there. It's already got its 5 greens. Now, how many's this one got? 1, 2, 3. Oh, it must be 12 greens, because that's what I was counting to. So it's got 14, and that's absolutely fine. So that's finished. Oh. Now the 16 has come down here and gone into the 5. And this 12, oh no, that's okay, isn't it? Because I think I've counted 12 greens, but it still hasn't hit a purple number. So it's got to go to at least here. But then this is becoming purple, because this 12 is full. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's so clever. That is so clever, because now this becomes green and the shading is done. And the only number this can get to is that one. So that's a region. Oh, I see. And then that's a region. And then the 99 region. Oh, so the way we're going to see if this is correct is if we've got 20 greens here, then it must be correct. There's no way you could luck into this. 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I think it 10, 11, 3? Yeah, that's right. That's 20. So this region in the bottom right has 20 greens. That is so clever. Now, is this going to be right? There was something about the answer check. In all unshaded cells without a given number, enter the size of the Araf region containing that cell. Enter only the ones digit for 2-digit numbers. Okay, so let's see how we do that then. So let's look at this region. What do I do here? In all the unshaded cells, that's the purple ones, without a given number, so these, enter the size of the Araf region. Oh, I see. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So all of those are 6, I think. I can't do anything with this one. There's only one purple and it's already got a digit in it. This one, that should be, oh, I was going to say that's a 2 because it's got 2 purples. That's not true, is it? 12, 14, so that's a 4. Now this one has got 9 cells in it. So those are 9, I think. I might be getting this wrong, I'm not sure. 12, this has got 14 in it, so that's 4. This one has got 12 plus 6, 18 in it, so these are 8. This one has got 10 plus 5 in it, 15, so these are 5. That one, I know that had 17 in it by the time we were finished, so those should all be 7s, I suppose. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are all 9. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. Does that mean these are 0s? Very sceptical about this now. And this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right, so if that's right, all of those are 3s. And every purple cell should have a digit. This is never going to be right. It is, oh, it is right. Oh my goodness. It's only been solved 10 times. Good grief. Okay, well that's surprising, but it's an absolutely brilliant puzzle. It's fascinating, actually. It's a really weird rule set, but it does work well. The yin-yang and the Araf, they have a peculiar affinity with each other. And Shintaro has again come up. It is right. I suddenly thought that the purples weren't connected, but I actually think they clearly are, aren't they? Ah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Ah, that's great. What a great puzzle. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.